Hi, I'm Addison Fletcher, and this is my associate Cooper Dalton. We are Casa de Sabor, which means House of Flavor in Spanish. We're a Mexican food truck company.
While the restaurant industry has steadily climbed at a yearly growth of roughly 2% in recent years, the food truck sector has skyrocketed, growing at an annual 7.9% over the past 5 years. Casa de Sabor's business plan features a food truck that provides healthy and organic Mexican cuisine. Our mission is to create a fully customizable and personalized dining experience with fresh foods catering to both students and the working class. Casa de Sabor will be based out of Boston, Massachusetts for the foreseeable future. Boston has hundreds of thousands of commuters, tourists, and workers in any given day. In addition, Boston is home to a host of colleges and universities, 35 to be exact. Casa de Sabor was created to solve three problems we saw in the restaurant industry. Those problems being nationwide obesity and a lack of healthy food options, a shortage of mobile and inexpensive dining options, and a lack of new brands in the industry. In 2019, close to 36% of all adults over 20 in America were classified as obese, and Casa Sabor looks to offer healthy food options to decrease the obesity rates in the area. In addition, Casa Sabor can be in several places on the same day and can offer fast and cheap meals to waiting customers. Casa de Sabor is a completely new food truck experience and will offer different options to people who want to stop eating at the same place every single day.
All right, so as Cooper already touched on a little bit, but I'm going to go deeper into, we're going to be located in Boston, Massachusetts, which, as he said, is a college town. So it has 35 colleges, roughly 138,000 students every day in the city. And, college students aren't known for being, super rich, having a lot of money to spend. And they're always looking for easy ways to get food between classes. So a food truck is perfect for that, especially a Mexican food truck. Also, there's about 700,000 people who live in Boston, but during the day with commuters, there's about 1.2 million people who work there. And then they're always looking for food. So between, for lunch breaks, like my mom works in Boston, for lunch breaks, she always goes out to eat. She never brings food in. It's just easier. So a food truck is perfect for that. Compare Boston to a city like Portland. Boston has about 220 food trucks. Portland has double that, and not as many people who live there. And they're very similar cities, both, kind of coastal. So I think Boston has a lot of potential when it comes to food truck growth. So for that kind of ties into the expenses. So we're requesting a loan of $280,000 that has an interest rate of 5.5% over 10 years. That means we'll be paying back $364,000 about that over 10 years. So $84,648.29 in interest paid back on top of the $280,000 loan. We're predicting 65 people a day for the first year. Multiply that by 11, which is the average purchase value for a fast food restaurant of the average customer. And we can expect about $715 a day. We plan to work 365 days a year. So we expect $260,975 in total revenue for the first year. Using a similar equation for the cost of food, we expect the food cost to be about $58,000, about $58,000 a year, bringing the gross margin to $202,000. Now, to go into the food truck, the cost of the food truck, we're probably going to buy a food truck that's about $80,000. Now, food trucks range from $60,000 to $120,000. So $60,000 is a cheap food truck. We could go that route, but we don't really see that working as well. $60,000 means that it's an old food truck. It's obviously used. You can go even cheaper than $60,000, but then you're really just getting into the bare truck, no appliances included. So in the $60,000 food truck range, you're probably going to have to replace a bunch of the appliances, and the venting isn't going to be perfect. Then if you go to the other range of the spectrum, or end of the spectrum, there's the expensive food trucks, which are about $100,000 to $120,000. And I think we could go that route, but those are brand new. And we don't really want to spend half of our loan on the food truck alone, right? We have other expenses, salaries, we have the cost of the food, and we want to turn a profit so we can actually pay back the bank. So if, expensive food truck just isn't like the best way to go for us. So an $80,000 food truck, it's going to be used, right? It won't be perfect, but I think it'll probably be the best possible truck we can get. So we are Casa de Sabor. We think that our food truck will be incredibly successful, especially in such a good city, such a good place. And thank you.